Hi everyone, welcome to Simple Concepts. I'm your educator Niyati Paul. Guys, this video is the part 2 of the topic Post Liberalization Industrial Policies. हमारे पिछले वीडियोस में हमने देखा जो पार्ट 1 था उसमें PSUs एंड डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट के बारे में जाना हमें, देन मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग स्कीम्स फॉर ऑटोनॉमी ऑफ PSUs इसके बारे में जाना. वी ऑल्सो लर्न अबाउट सिक इंडस्ट्रियल कंपनीज एक्ट एंड BIFR, ऑल्सो अबाउट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पॉलिसीज एंड इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स. हमारे इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे FDI पॉलिसी, मेक इन इंडिया प्रोग्राम के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत जानेंगे, एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन पॉलिसीज़ के बारे में जानेंगे एंड पॉलिसीज़ फॉर MSMEs इंक्लूडिंग डिफेंस प्रोडक्शन एंड प्रोक्यूरमेंट पॉलिसीज़ के बारे में हम एक्सटेंसिवली इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे. सो गाइज, बिफोर वी एक्चुअली स्टार्ट अप विद द वीडियो, लेट मी टेल यू ऑल, एक बहुत ही एक गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी है आपके पास, क्योंकि अनअकैडमी का प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन अगर आप ले रहे हो यहाँ पे, तो देन यू कैन इंश्योर योर UPSC सिलेक्शन आपका 2021 में आप इंश्योर कर सकते हो. गिवन दैट अभी 4 महीने अभी बाकी है, तो बहुत सारा टाइम मिलेगा आपको प्रिपेयर करने में. And guys, there are 3 comprehensive batches that are going on for 1 complete year preparation. And if you take this if you use our code, that is SIMPLEYT, अगर आप ये कोड यूज़ करते हो तो आपको स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डली 10% डिस्काउंट मिल जाता है यहाँ पे. ऑल्सो गाइज, एक अनदर आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है और वो है कि अनअकैडमी ने उनका प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन के रेट्स जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा कम कर लिए हैं. एज इन फॉर 24 मंथ्स यू जस्ट हैव टू पे 2667 पर मंथ आपको पे करना है. तो इट इज़ अ मेजर डील आपके लिए यहाँ पे हो सकता है, क्योंकि बहुत रेट्स कम हो चुके हैं. एंड स्पीकिंग अबाउट अनअकैडमी UPSC चैम्पियनशिप, देन देयर इज़ अ ऑल इंडिया फ्री मॉक टेस्ट फॉर UPSC CSE प्रीलिम्स विच इज़ गोइंग ऑन, जहाँ पे आपको गाइडेंस बहुत ही अच्छे एक्सपर्ट्स से मिल रहा है, जैसे कि राकेश वर्मा, मृणाल पटेल एंड आतिश माथुर. अगर आप अभी एनरोल कर रहे हो देन इट विल बी फॉर द फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. आप सो डू जॉइन इन अनअकैडमी का प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन ज़रूर लीजिएगा गाइज. ऑल्सो हम जो भी यहाँ पे टॉपिक्स डिस्कस कर रहे हैं सिलेबस से रिलेटेड, आपको उन सारे टॉपिक्स के नोट्स मिल सकते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ PDF इफ़ यू जॉइन आवर टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. द लिंक ऑफ द ग्रुप इज़ गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बिलो. एंड इन केस इफ़ यू आर अनेबल टू फाइंड, अगर आप हमारा ग्रुप ज्वाइन नहीं कर पा रहे हो बिकॉज द लिंक इज़ नॉट वर्किंग, देन यू जस्ट हैव टू गो टू योर टेलीग्राम अकाउंट. वहाँ पे जाकर अगर आप सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट्स UPSC के नाम से अगर आप सर्च कर रहे हो, देन यू विल बी एबल टू फाइंड अ ग्रुप ओवर देयर. ऑल्सो गाइज, वहाँ पे हम क्विजेस डिस्कस करते हैं मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, वहाँ पे नोट्स शेयर करते हैं हम, नॉट ओनली रिलेटेड टू जो हम टॉपिक डिस्कस करते हैं उससे भी रिलेटेड, और बाकी जो सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं जैसे कि CSET वगैरह, वहाँ पे हम बहुत सारे क्विजेस एंड एनालिसिस करते हैं. सो गाइज, इफ़ यू वांट टू गेट दिस फॉर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, देन डू जॉइन इन टू आवर टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. द लिंक ऑफ द ग्रुप इज़ गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बिलो. हैविंग सेड दैट, लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर टुडेज चैप्टर, हमारा आज का डिस्कशन. सो हमने ये सारे टॉपिक्स देखे थे, मेजर मोटा मोटी ये हम टॉपिक्स डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. तो हमने हमने इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर्स तक हमने डिस्कस किया था. फॉर एग्जांपल, तो ये सारे हमने टॉपिक्स डिस्कस किए थे गाइस, जैसे कि आप अपने स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हो. प्रेजेंट डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट पॉलिसी हमने देखी थी. वी हैड ऑल्सो लुक्ड अप इनटू नेशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड. वी हैड सीन द पॉलिसीज़ फॉर ऑटोनॉमीज ऑफ PSES, जहाँ पे हमने MOUs इन मिनिस्ट्रीज एंड द PSUs देखे थे. देन मिनी रत्ना स्टेटस के बारे में जाना था. व्हाट आर नवरत्ना स्टेटस, द एंटिटी मस्ट हैव मिनी रत्ना कैटेगरी एक्सेट्रा. हमने सिक इंडस्ट्रियल कंपनीज एक्ट के बारे में भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सटेंसिवली डिस्कस किया था. सिक इंडस्ट्रीज़ का मतलब जाना था हमने. देन वी हैव ऑल्सो लर्नड अबाउट बोर्ड ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल एंड फाइनेंशियल रिकन्स्ट्रक्शन के बारे में, जो जिसको BIFR भी कहा जाता है, उसके बारे में हमने लर्न किया था. देन वी हैड फोकस्ड ऑन न्यू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पॉलिसी दैट वाज इन 2011, इसके बारे में जाना था. और यहाँ पे हमने द पॉलिसी इज़ बेस्ड ऑन, मतलब मोटा मोटी जो सारे पॉइंट्स हमने इसमें से कवर किए थे टिल दिल्ली मुंबई इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर के बारे में हमने ब्रीफली जाना था. सो गाइज, अभी जानते हैं हम FDI पॉलिसी के बारे में, अभी थोड़ा डिस्कस करते हैं. So, a foreign company willing to take part in the Indian industry can open up its company in India. They may have set up a subsidiary company of foreign with a joint venture, or they may open a branch in India. This is called as foreign direct investment. Okay. नाउ अब क्या होता है कि स्पीकिंग अबाउट द फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट इन करंट इंडियन कंपनीज कैन बी डन इन स्टॉक मार्केट्स थ्रू फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट. Now FDI is a long term and more stable investment as compared to the FPIs. So FDI results into initiation of some greenfield projects in the country and adds more value to the industry and economy of the country. In contrast, FPI is just change in hands of existing investment through transfer of share. Now, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Foreign Investment Promotion Board are the bodies involved in framing and changes in the policy. With every change in the policy, the Reserve Bank of India has to amend its forex management regulation. Now, FDI is completely disallowed in the following sectors, जो कि हम extensively discuss करते हैं. जैसे कि आपकी एटॉमिक एनर्जी हो गई या फिर लॉटरी बिजनेसेस, गैम्बलिंग एंड बैटिंग, देन बिजनेस चिट फंड, निधि कंपनी, देन एग्रीकल्चरल एक्सक्लूडिंग फ्लोरिकल्चर, हॉर्टिकल्चर, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सीड्स, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, पीसी कल्चर एंड कल्टिवेशन ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स, मशरूम्स एक्सेट्रा अंडर कंट्रोल कंडीशन एंड सर्विसेज related to the agro and allied sectors and the plantation activities other than the tea plantations. Housing and the real estate business except development of townships, construction of residential commerce premises, roads or bridges to the extent specified in the notification. Then trading in transfer development rights, that is TDRS. Then manufacturing of cigars, cheroots, then cigarillos and cigarettes of tobacco or the tobacco substitutes. Now FDI is allowed either through automatic route or after clearance by Foreign Investment Promotion Board, which is under the Department of Economic Affairs or MOF. Route allowed differs with percentage of holding by foreign company in the Indian company. Now some of the recent decisions are like the cabinet had cleared, as a few years back the cabinet had cleared a proposal which allowed 100% FDI in railway infrastructure excluding operations. So through the move, though the move does not allow the foreign firms to operate trains, it allows them to do other things such as creating the networks and supply train for bullet trains etc. Bill is about to be bill had already been passed raising the foreign investment ceiling in private insurance companies from 26% to 49% with the proviso that the management and control of companies must be with Indians. Now while the FDI limit for the defense production has been maintained at 26%. So though it had been maintained to 26%, the cabinet committee on security may approve the proposals for FDI beyond 26% if they result in access to state of the art technology. FDI's multi-band retail was allowed with subject to clause that 30% of total procurement should be from small industry having investment in machinery below $1 million. Now, states have been overriding discretions to allow or disallow FDI in multi-brand retail. This, however, failed to attract the FDI in organized retail sector. So, government diluted provisions by replacing small scale with micro, small, medium enterprises and the investment limit to $2 billion. Originally, there was a time limit for fulfillment of commitment toward the domestic sourcing. This time limit was removed. Now, let us look into the Make in India program. So, Make in India is an international marketing campaign slogan coined by the Prime Minister. As per the website, it aims at facilitating investment to foster the innovation, then skill development, protecting intellectual property and providing the best in class manufacturing infrastructure in India. It involves a sector-wise sector-wise initiatives होते हैं and it covers almost all the crucial sectors. So let us discuss this in detail. हम one by one जाएंगे इस पूरा concept discuss करने में हम लोग. Okay, I'll explain you all in detail. So export promotion policies, let us look into that first. So and the concept of special economic zone. So special economic zone is the one or more areas of country where the tariffs and quotas are eliminated and bureaucratic requirements are lowered, so that the companies are attracted to the area. The companies establishing the area also get more incentives for doing its business. Now in India, what happens is that the policy for setting up SEZ, that is Special Economic Zone, was introduced on April 1st, 2000 with a view to provide an internationally competitive and hassle-free environment for exports. The policy offered setting up of Special Economic Zone in public, private, joint sector or by the state governments. So prior to the Special Economic Zones, export processing zones or EPZ were in voyage with the view to overcome the shortcomings experienced on account of multiplicity of controls, and the clearance of SEZ provides single window clearance. So absence of world-class infrastructure or unstable fiscal regime, and with the view to attract larger foreign investment in India, the Special Economic Zones policy was announced in April 2000. So for specified procedure purposes, Special Economic Zones are considered foreign territory within the country. Domestic trade with SEZ generally eligible for export concession. Now for IT industry that are similar to software technological parks or benefits are available to export oriented units under the separate scheme. Now speaking about export promotion and capital goods scheme, this allows import capital goods at zero or concessional custom duty, provided import export specified goods or values not less than 6 times duty is saved. Okay, now let us look into the micro, small and medium enterprises. For now हम बहुत ही extensively learn करते हैं ये सारी चीज़ें. So the small scale industry sector output contributes almost 40% of the gross industrial value, added 45% of the total exports from India. Direct as well as indirect export is also there, and is the second largest employer of human resources after agriculture. So the development of small scale sector has therefore been assigned at an important role in India's national plans. So in order to protect, support and promote small enterprises as also help them become self-supporting, a number of protective and promotional measures have been undertaken by the government. This job is taken up both by the center and state governments. There is a separate ministry for MSME which helps in the following way. So reservation is first there. Reservation of products for exclusive manufacture in the small scale sector was introduced for the first time in 1967 with a reservation of 47 items. As of July 2000, 20 items were reserved for exclusive manufacture in the small scale sector. Government has procurement policy which prefers SSI, that is 358 items are also reserved for exclusive purchase from MSME sector. Interest subvention schemes are starting from time to time. Now speaking about technology upgradation fund scheme, under this subsidy is available to small and medium scale industry to adopt new technology. So subsidy is available on capital expenditure or as interest subvention. Now speaking about export extension and facilities, in certain cases duty free or with concessional rate of custom duty, so as to ensure higher production for exports. There were less restriction for exports by this sector, and overall various supporting facilities such as remission of duties, then paid on input materials were also available. Exports are recognized as export houses, trading houses, star trading houses and superstar trading houses on the basis of certain criteria as laid down in the Export Import Policy 1997 to 2002. Criteria are quantitative targets such as turnover or forex earned. Then for small scale sector, their respective figures are considered 3 times the actual. So by this they grant special import license which gives them rebate on import duty. Now they also get government support for participation and exhibition of international fairs. Speaking about the technical and marginal consultancy services, Now, the MSME manufacturer exports is provided through the network field offices. The National Small Industries Corporation, through its export development program, is playing a vital role in promoting the MSME sector in exporting their products projects in international markets by providing the following assistance to small enterprises. These schemes are small scale industry specific and are available in addition to the general schemes. Now, speaking about the defense production and procurement policy, ये बहुत ज़्यादा important topic होता है हमारे लिए. So they are designed for encouraging the formation of joint ventures with 26% of foreign direct investment, that is FDI. This is expected to go up to 49% or to 100% subject to clearance of CCEA, gradually resulting in an increased arms export as MNCs will begin to use their Indian joint ventures as hubs for sourcing weapons and equipment components for their factories abroad. The DPP stipulations an offset commitment to 30% of total value of a contract if it exceeds $66 million, that is around 300 crores. So under this system of offset commitment, supplier will be obliged to procure from Indian materials worth at least 30% of the total contract value, provided the contract exceeds $66 million. This policy is precisely aimed at indigenization of the defense industry. Now, these are few important industrial policies among many which were pursued in post-liberalization era. Assessment of industry in current situation, despite so many policies, gives us a bleak picture. Now, industrial growth plummeted badly in recent years after strong performance in 2010s, and there are few structural problems in economy which makes high growth unsustainable. There is a wage prices spiral. Then there is a constant upward pressure for wages, which results in high prices. This in turn affects demand in the economy negatively. Situation becomes more worse considering the majority of the industry in informal and labor intensive. So we also have dilemma in choosing between technology backed or labor backed industry. Labor intensive industry provides employment, but at the same time it makes products uncompetitive. So overall, the current policy regime aims to strike balance between both providing protection to small scale industry and favoring to the big scale industries as well. Now further, the globalization and modernization goes hand in hand. Recent IT and telecom revolution were also feared in the beginning, but they now employ millions of Indians. So after from this, the policies aimed at improvement of infrastructure, good policy on foreign direct investment in instrument for technology transfer, and the better infrastructure transfer and the better infrastructure in India. So guys, that's all for this particular class. If you like this video, then do hit the like button. आपको ये entire part 2 समझ नहीं आएगा if you have not learned. अगर आप हमारा इसका part 1 अगर आप नहीं देखते हो, then it will be little difficult for you all to understand this part as well. अगर आपको ये वीडियो हमारा अच्छा लगे तो डू हिट द लाइक बटन. आपके अगर कोई वैल्यूएबल सुझाव हैं तो हमारे कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर मेंशन कीजिएगा. वी डू रिप्लाई टू ऑल द कमेंट्स. ऑल्सो गाइज, अगर आप हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे नए हो देन डू हिट द सब्सक्राइब बटन. वहाँ पे नोटिफिकेशन बेल आएगा, उसको भी ज़रूर प्रेस कीजिएगा. एंड गाइज, टू इंश्योर योर सिलेक्शन इन द यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन, आप अगर अपना सिलेक्शन इंश्योर करना चाहते हो देन डू टेक द अनअकैडमी का प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन. आप हमारा कोड अवेल करके वहाँ पे 10% डिस्काउंट भी अवेल कर सकते हो. सो गाइज, दैट्स ऑल फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर क्लास. आपको अगर हमारा वीडियो पसंद लगे तो डू हिट द लाइक बटन. थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर वॉचिंग एंड टेक केयर.